Gonna shut off. Of course, I need a speaker and 2 wires so I can set up an alert when this thing runs low. Oh, that was not expected. I didn't think I was going to run out of miners. Or majors. So now, after having spent 15 minutes here, I'm just going to walk away. I'll decide what to do later, but right now it's nothing. Nothing is what I'll do right now. I don't even have cliffs. I just look to turn off my bots. Alright, I was gonna go take care of those pipes and get oil online before I got distracted because I realized that I need coal to make the plastic that I need. Get one of these set up so that I know if I've got it working right. Get this oil set up. I don't know how far I'm going to bring these belts. I'm also not really... Oh good, this is almost over. This piano is getting annoying. Alright, that should get me some oil moving. Yes, it is. And that should get me some petroleum gas. Yes, it is. Should get me a dead tree. Yes, it does. It's like a dead poet, but it's trees. There. Petroleum gas. Sorry, got distracted for a moment. That's going to get me some plastic. That's why I need coal on this side, is for the plastic. I almost missed that pipe. That was... So now the question for me is, where am I going to get coal for this? So I need to bring coal in right here. Kept hitting the wrong button. All right, coal. If I bring the coal in here, I'm going to have to run it all the way there from here. I don't really want to bring it on the inside of this, just in case there's, at some point, something I want to build there. And then, gotta be on the other side of this. I'm probably gonna move this down one, so that I don't have to deal with that. It's easier for me to move that down and deal with the visual alignment issue. Still a lot of bots, or a lot of belt. I could use some inserters. Just go out of my life. Oh, I forgot to put that coal alert down. Oh well. Where's my car? Oh god. Well, it ain't on me. Oh, it's over there by oil. Okay. That's a bit of a walk. One of you has already run out. Two of you have already run out. Is there a monitor in here? No speaker? Okay, well, I'll put it here then. I've got one here though, don't I? I can just copy and paste. Is there a monitor on this? Nope. That's a long belt. And we're only halfway across the base. Ugh. Is it working? Yes. All right, that fixes that. All right, that's good. This is the coal I need. Well, this goes into the base, this coal. I'm setting up for these smelters, and I just realized that I need the coal for plastic. Where is the coal that is used for this? Is right here. I've already built some of it. All right, how close is this coal? Ooh, it's getting close. Might as well get this sulfur going, huh? Didn't I have researched blue science already? Did I research blue science already? So I should be able to make blue science. Oh, I need the... Oh, yeah, okay. Well, lots of engines. That's nice. I'm out of those? That's surprising. And because I don't care about pollution, one online, yes, there are several blueprints that go over top of this. Let me show you. So what you're looking at here is this, right? And the gray box indicates the full size of the map of the blueprint. Yes, and hi. So if we take a look at this and we go back to the very beginning of it, it's going to look like this, right? And you can see that I've added to it, and then I added to it again. And then I have another one to add to it, and then another one that will be the logistics, and then another one which will include combat, I think. So anyhow, that's what they'll look like. But in terms of what I've got A and B and C and D, which includes combat, and then E, which includes robots, and the loaders, and then it converts to red belt. So yeah. You can get these blueprints online. If you hit exclamation point blueprints, it'll take you to the GitHub, which was inspired by Lexi Lambda, whom I linked to, shouted out a while ago. She put her blueprints online in GitHub, and I was like, oh, how do I do that? And I ended up not just using GitHub, but also not just GitHub, but also I use Factorio bin, which gives you a preview. So if you go to that, you can see the blueprints I'm currently sharing, but you can see them. Is the coal moving? Yes, the coal is moving. Do I have plastic? Yes, I have plastic. All right, let's go get some red chips. That's cool. Thank you. I hope you like them. If you have suggestions, comments, ideas, I appreciate it. You're a darn good player, so any input from you is going to make my life better. Alright, let's get some red chips built here so I can get this power armor. So that Wes will finally be happy. Oh, wait. Wes is never happy. Oh, I gotta get reds. I gotta get copper in here. Does the copper cable second on the output have... Well, it's supposed to have that. Yeah, so what happens here is that the first one puts... Oh, that's backwards. What happens here... Thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, I put them both about wrong way. That was cool. Alright, so that's going to be the output of these things. Alright, let's see if we can get this built. Alright. Anything else I can do here without having to do a whole bunch of work somewhere else? Not really. I would really love to have copper on the other side, around the other side, around the other side, but... That might get me red chips. Nope. Because I forgot about these. And I spent all my stone bricks. Gonna try and get some copper in here. Alright. I missed one. Now I need to get this copper ore in here. And this is where I had stopped because, one, I needed to see what was going on. I didn't want to have to do a bunch of belt weaving with all of this pipe here. The challenge is that I don't have a really easy way to do this. I've got 4 belts of copper, or 4 belts of iron I want to bring through. And these did not tuck in very well. Without some more landfill, then these aren't very nice to me. That's as tight as that's gonna get. But that can't go any further. Because it would have to go like that. Fixes that. I think this is where this is going to go. That's nicely done there. That works, that works. Zoe, I'm sorry. Exterminator, thank you for the raid. I'm in echo mode now because I can hear me.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
So, Exterminator, if you're still here, if you haven't run off to the post office, I'm going to post my comment that I'm about to make in your chat as well. You mentioned sinus headache. There is a vitamin called quercetin, Quercetin. It works to relieve sinus swelling. It's an excellent vitamin. It's not a medicine. It's not a drug. Well, I mean, technically it is a drug, but it's a vitamin. You take it, especially when you're having sinus issues. It takes a couple days to ramp up, but it is amazing how good it works on sinus issues. They just go away, and they don't come back. I'll post it in this chat. Thanks, Lomboy. Thank you for the follow, Theria. Awesome. Thank you. How many coppers do I need? So, for everybody that's new here, I am on Cities of Earth. I use some static blueprints that I get myself started with. I started over here in Madrid. I'm in Spain. The resources are at max. The biters are turned off. Cities of Earth has a finite size. It's set. So you can see here is Africa down here, the Straits. I'm going to come up into Europe, and eventually I'll be building in China, Russia. I don't think I'll go down into Australia. Too much water for me to deal with. Hi, Lauren. I will eventually build a train over that. There will eventually be a train that goes over there. But size 3 map, as it says. Resources are crazy. I mean, that's 46,000%. But I can't just expand more when I run low on resources, and this thing's going to be chomping on things. So, yeah. I'm building this base up. I've got oil now. I need to get copper in here so that I can get red circuits. I think I only need these 2 coppers right here. So these blueprints I've developed over a period of time. They're designed for hybrid. This one is a hybrid between trains and belts. It's designed to transition to where you would have your starter trains, but still have local ore. I am using a ton of belts because I'm not bothering with trains at this point because the ore patches are so large. So I'm basically abusing this situation, and I don't mind. Because I know what's ahead of me. There's a very long MegaBase grind. And I'm looking forward to it. Unfortunately, I don't have the furnaces that I need to make this come to life, and that is very sad for me. Character keeps getting in the way. This character guy is such a challenge. When you look at these blueprints and you see that there's gaps in belts and stuff like that, that's intentional. It's a layover blueprint inspired by 100% runs, where I put a blueprint down, then I put another blueprint on top of it, another blueprint on top of that. So you'll see what looks like a incomplete blueprint. It's like, what? Why is there a splitter there that's doing nothing? Is what you'll see. And, or like this gap. Why do I have this? Well, because eventually there's going to be belts coming there. Here, eventually, will be a storage thing, a buffer chest. Now, I came over here specifically and only to get furnaces, and got completely distracted. These things you see being built here, this is an end cap production stack, as I call it, which is a weird name, I know. But basically, I feed in the materials off the top, or off the side, and then I have a combinator here that tells me how many of each that I want. So like I want 10 oil refineries. And there's a filter inserter and a chest, and the chest is wired to these inserters. And these red inserters are looking at how many oil refineries, in this case, are in that chest. And if that chest is satisfied, then this inserter is disabled, and then this assembler cannot output. So what it lets me do is essentially have a very efficient sushi belt for output. And all of the things I need are along this row. In the future, I'm going to have combat stuff along here, although I don't have bots. It's just my blueprint is that way. So as I play the game, before I have Logibots, all I need to do is walk up and down this main bus and pick up everything I need. So I don't have to go all over the place and find things. I know where they are. And in multiplayer, when I've played with Mucky, which I've done quite a bit, and he's a great guy to play with, when I use this design, it isn't a situation of, hey, where's this? Harry, where's that? It's like, it's on the main bus. Just go look. And, you know, they're all close together, and you'll find them. So I'm fortunate that they've been patient, Mucky and his friends. They were very patient with me and gave me the opportunity to improve it and refine it. And then a couple weeks ago, I was part of Kobai's massively multiplayer speed run, and it was fantastic. And it really scratched an itch. I was like, yeah, I enjoy this. This is a lot of like what I did for my blueprints, and I really love it. So this is a good chance for me to show to myself that the layover blueprints that I designed are good. They are available, by the way, if you want to use these blueprints or look at them. exclamation point blueprints will take you to the GitHub. The GitHub was inspired by Lexi Lambda, who's a software engineer of some sort. And she did a thing with her GitHub, and I was like, I can do that. So I did. This is an additional steel build. And I've watched enough of Cyclomactic, and I watched Derek. Derek has really been inspiring, and I'm seriously thinking of doing 100% speed run based on what Derek's doing, because it's like, it's not that I think, oh, I can do it better than him. It's that I think that looks fun. Now, I'm not a speed runner because, A, I'm kind of a slow player, but also I have a certain desire for well, somebody referred to the goddess of symmetry. I like things that have a certain look, a nicety to them. And speedrun layouts generally are just compact and kind of unpleasant to my eye. But the modularity that the 100% doesn't bother me as much. It doesn't bother me much at all, to be honest. Which is saying a lot, because I spend quite a bit of effort trying to get my blueprints to look good. I learned that from a Roomba who used to stream Factorio. He was the first person to do a massive 400-person Factorio multiplayer. And he was adamant that people have good-looking bases so that you know where things are and that you're willing to work on them. So I'd follow suit. Try and have a good-looking base. And I think my music stopped. Yep. All right. I'm going to continue on that. Thanks, Zoe. It's very kind of you. What are you making? You're making copper plate. I am probably going to need more of that. And lest you think that this is just sort of figured out, I've spent quite a bit of time micromanaging this stuff. You see that large power pole I just placed over there and the wire that connects to it. I'm not kidding. Every wire in this factory is intentionally placed, and extra wires are intentionally removed. So when you look at this, there's not even one wire out of place. It's on purpose. This is eventually going to be red belt, and so this can be long enough to handle that. Hi, Mike. Welcome, you giant of a Mike, you. Oops. No, this. No. No. Yep. Shouldn't red have a buffer here? I think there's something missing here. I think I broke something. There should be a... Oh, red has a buffer. Okay. This is where copper comes back in. This one was quite the challenge to design, this little copper. Something I did early, this blueprint that you see here, the very first one that I placed down, which is this one, I wanted to keep it small. So if you look at it, yeah, it's rotated. But the whole right side of it is empty. But copper is only smelted on this side. If we move forward in time on this, and if we look at this, you see that's A, right? And if we move forward in time, we see that I add rails, and then the next version, I add the right-hand side. And on the right-hand side over there, what is the bottom on the other presentation, is copper. Copper smelting is only done in one place. And so I didn't want this thing to require all the ore on the right-hand side, plus coal, plus smelters. I wanted to keep the very first one small. So what I did is I overfeed these green circuit smelters. These green circuits only have 12 copper cables, but I'm feeding them with 36 copper plate, 36 smelters, and then the extra that comes out of it gets fed into my bus. And then eventually the main copper, this collection of copper smelters I just put online, plus its partner that'll get put here, its extension, gets added into that main bus. But the reason was, and it's kind of a compromise, right, is because you're kind of cheating a little bit there to do that. Taking something away from the green circuits, overproducing in one area. But that overproduction in that early area allowed me to not have to build a whole bunch of stuff to start up, just to get going, just to get, copper going. Lauren, I just realized what you meant about how you're jealous of my Straits of Gibraltar, because the mod you're working on is also for Earth, but it's all procedurally or programmatically generated, whereas mine comes from an image. And now I understand what you mean. All right, I am going to tell this thing to get to work on Advanced Crude, even though it can't work on it. I've got the red circuits, I've got the engines, I've got the sulfur. I just need to go build the research down here. Also, what's it going to take for this modular armor? Because I feel like if I build that, I can make things better for me. So I'm going to go ahead and start building the science part of this main bus, which I have not done. It needs, at the end of the day, 18 of these, of which I have 13. I have hardly any assemblers. I need some assemblers. So I'll grab those. I don't need all these chemical plants, but I don't feel like throwing them away. I'm almost out of power poles, which would be bad. I'm good on those power poles. I have some pipes, which are not calling. Oddly enough, I don't understand why my pipes do not call. I need those pump jacks. I don't need those miners, so I'm going to temporarily dump those miners and dump those pump jacks. That's about it. Belts, undergrounds, I got plenty of. I'll just grab all these belts because I can. I need a total of 18. I now have 19. You can go away. Yes, you can go away. Barton, is it possible? It's possible. I don't know what you meant by main bus. My last time was long and 20 belts on the middle and all the production branching off. Your base looks very different. I didn't realize they build them all, which integrate this time. Yes, I use a different philosophy on buses. My philosophy on my main bus is what I call a microbus. It's not a play on words for the Volkswagen van. I designed my bus in 4 parts, through 3 or 4, right? If you look at the full build, which eventually will be there, and I can't zoom in on this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on the screen here, and then I'm going to try and zoom in on it, right? So you're looking at belts and buses and production. To the left is production, to the right is science. So imagine if you're only looking at the part that's on the screen here, top left is a bus, bottom left is a bus, top right is a bus, bottom right is a bus. So rather than have one massive bus where I pull off things I need and have to accommodate or consider, oh, I need an extra belt of iron, or I might need this much, or I have 4 buses that are relatively specific to what's being built. So when you look at it in the future and as you come back, you'll see, for example, I'm not bringing sulfur down here, but eventually I am. Because eventually I'm going to put explosives down here. I'm going to put rockets down here. If I was fighting biters, I'd be building rockets. And I will be building rockets right here. So I'll need coal and sulfur. But they're not in this part of the bus. They're in this part of the bus. And I don't need them right now, so I don't have a spot for them. I don't have what I would call, I call them a slot, or a lane is the better word for it. So even though you call this a belt, I call it a lane because I dedicate this lane to red circuits right here. So here's sulfur and here's coal, and I've got room for them. You see this little stub here?